먼저 표준 예문입니다.
Show what you are made of. Anyone who wants to come is welcome. Take the first opportunity firm that offers. Luck is something that comes in many ways. Folks, what's immoral is not always what's illegal. She bought a new hat for which she paid quite a lot. What marks her off from her brother is her concentration. I've a pile of washing up that I don't know how I'm going to do.
먼저 관계대명사 대세 관한 기본 예문입니다.
I gave her all the money that I have. He is the tallest man that I've ever seen. Sam picked up the same cell phone that I've lost. The protest that he had an alibi was rejected. He fixed almost anything that needed repairing. This film is nothing to the one I saw yesterday. I was frightened by something that overwhelmed me. All the cars assembled here are exported to Europe. Heart surgery is a major operation that can take many hours. I made notes of the people and places that excited my interest. This was the first and last time that I dared to defy my mother. There is a lesson to be learned by every mistake one makes. Mistakes are the portals of discovery. Mistakes have the power to turn you into something better than you were before. Boogers are mucus or thin, slippery material that is found inside the nose. The main square has 5 fountains that spouts water 40 feet high in the air.
이번에는 발전 예문입니다.
He bet everything he had about him. You need a bed that's large enough to let you spread yourself out. There are those people that I thought were going to buy our house. There's a rumor going around that the exam papers have been leaked out. Psychedelic drugs such as LSD make you see things that do not really exist. The fact that people are living longer is reflected in the latest census statistics. The judge accepted her plea that she was guilty of manslaughter, not murder. It was her fortune, not her, that induced him to wish to marry her. I have decided to pick his brains about his laptop I have been thinking of buying. There was no email arrived this morning except the usual junk addressed to the blind recipient. Today, women are ready to break through the so-called glass ceiling, the invisible barrier that has kept them from the top positions in either field of management or production. English is the gateway to a new world of knowledge, commerce, and culture, a world that people would not otherwise be able to access with fluency, only in one's mother tongue.
이제부터는 what whatever no matter what 관계대명사의 기본 예문입니다.
He has what it takes. You know what I mean. I repaid what was owing. That's what you always do. He is what we call a musician. Things are not what they seem. Whatever he does, he prospers. I will do what is required of me. I will go no matter what you say. He knows what's what in politics. I can't make it out what she wants. I often wonder what love feels like. I can barely guess what it relates to. Let's see what Andy brings to the table. We cannot prophesy what may happen. You do what your heart tells you is right. I wonder what it's like to pilot a spaceship. What is essential is invisible to the ice. What knocks me most was his ignorance. What I suffer from is not being able to sleep. Stop playing games and tell me what you want. I'll go on a vacation, whatever the weather's like. What happens afterwards was of no concern to me. The market dominance of the company is not what it was.
기본 예문에 이어 발전 예문입니다.
Studying is what college life is all about. He has what it takes to succeed in business. They did not reck what may become of him. He said what everybody expected he would. The play was not what I thought it would be. From next time you will do what you are told. What is worth doing at all is worth doing well. I am not certain what I am supposed to do. He does what he wants regardless of what I say. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Do whatever it takes to be relaxed in the interview. There is no knowing what troubles we shall have. It's always pleasant to do what you're good at doing. What marks her off from her brother is her concentration. I cannot help worrying obsessively about what would happen. Your success depends on what you do and how you do it. It's none of your business whatever I may do in my private time. I did not have the foggiest idea what he meant. The article examines what the Bible says with respects to marriage.
이제 심화 예문입니다.
No matter what people say, it's nevertheless the truth. People may have different notions of what is right or good in a situation. He did what his professor told him to do, and not what he thought best. I will appreciate it if you can pinpoint out exactly what the anger is about. I am not sure what is the point of spending hours and hours discussing with you. When we cannot get what we love, we'd better love what's within our reach. The practicality of raising children can be quite different from what the books say. NGO, non-governmental organization, watch and influence what government do at home or abroad. The first step in the process is to set your objectives, what you need to do, and when it needs to be finished.
이번에는 whichever 관계대명사의 기본 예문입니다.
That which is bought cheap is the dearest. Dan has 3 pets, 2 of which are puppy. Things which seem to be like may be different. I found a calf which serves excellent Irish coffee. You can take taxi or a bus, whichever comes first. The latest time at which we should arrive is 9 p.m. He bought a new suit for which he paid quite a lot. What was the name of the hotel which you stayed at? Books which sell well are not necessarily good ones. The desk, the top of which was made of metal, did not burn. Timber is grown for wood pulp, which is used for making paper.
이어서 발전 및 심화 예문입니다.
We are all travelers on the same road, which leads to the same end. Today's been a good day, which in the circumstances is unexpected. The house of which the roof was damaged by the wind has been repaired. A cataract is a clouding of the lens in the eye, which leads to a decrease in vision. You'd better use plan B at once if plan A, which is your first plan, deems not working. The new medicine saved me from an illness, which might otherwise have been hopeless. The 2 people I was with dislike each other, which put me in an awkward position. Most interestingly, on the island were some plants which were believed to have become extinct. The hunters tracked down the animal by following the trail of bloodstains which it had left behind. We can see a momentous flash of light from the screen explode, reflected in his eyes. The background blind recruitment, which seeks to hire people based on skills rather than educational background and other credentials, is becoming a source of hope and confidence for many job seekers.
자, 이번에는 whoever, whomever 기본 예문입니다.
It is I who am wrong. He who hesitates is lost. Hesitation will get you nowhere. Look who you're joking with. He was in who he is now. He who knows nothing doubts nothing. Anyone who wants to come is welcome. All who once loved her have deserted her. The girl playing the guitar is my sister. She's a pianist than whom can be ranked higher. This is the lawyer whose client lied in the court. He is not the type who mixes with other people. I teach many students, all of whom are very smart. This is the woman who an Assid could show us the church. This is Tim who we were talking about earlier. Whoever invented the compass must be a very clever person. The police arrested the man who was suspected of selling drugs. In Cape Town, he first met the girl whom he would one day marry. I have no objection to comedians making fun of politicians. A lot of gamers, many of whom are famous, will be at the contest.
이어서 발전 예문편입니다.
I know people who think it practically impossible to quit smoking. A cigarette is the only consumer product which, when used as directed, kills its customer. The best way to stop smoking is to just stop, no ifs and or buts. The UK is an example country whose traffic regulations are very strict. I refuse to be friends with anyone who associates himself with the racists. No one knows the value of innocence and integrity but he who has lost them. Mr. Williams is a conservative who advocates fewer government control on business. Someone who has a lot of power has a great responsibility to use that power wisely.
이제 심화 예문입니다.
It was Paul who had cajoled Gibson into standing against the president. The store requires a proof of age from people wanting to buy an alcohol or cigarettes. Kim and Chung, whose success rate is exceptionally high, is one of the most prominent law firm in Korea. Paul married a very charming young lady from Seoul, whom he met on the airplane back to Los Angeles. Children who live near the school are given priority of enrollment over those who live farther away. That's Tony, architect turned chef, who recently invested all the money he ever earned in a new restaurant.
끝으로 유사관계 대명사입니다.
I use the same format as you do. I have the same trouble as they had. Choose such friends as will benefit you. Such information as he was given has proved absolutely bullshit. There is no rule but has exceptions. He is not such a fool, but he knows it. There are none of us but respect his trustfulness. She worries more than is necessary. There is more to it than meets the eye. Film directors shoot more scene than is actually needed. Everyone wants to be successful until they see what it actually takes.
여기까지 모듈 26입니다. 여러분 수고 많이 하셨습니다.